Hi everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic week, and if you're new here, hello. It is lovely to meet you. Thank you for joining us. I have my little tips ready to go. We're going to be creating depth, which can be a little bit challenging on shorter nails, so that's why I wanted to do this video this week. But I'm going to show you some of the goodies that I'm going to be using by Madame Glam. This is some of their new collection called the Take Me to the Bay collection. And as you can see, some of the beautiful colours. This is Purple Haze, and I think then we have possibly Shika up next, and again very soft pink, and then we have Sandcastle, and I just love that, Salty Foam, and then Playa. They're very milky colours, so beautiful for the like of rose quartz nails or milk bath nails. If you like any of those styles, that's your collection. So you can go check them out. Links are below. So just jumping in here to the first design, and I'm just going to put a layer of white down. And this is because I'm going to be working with decals. And whenever you're working with decals, you either want to put the sort of, the white down or a similar tone. That is my decal on the stamper. This is the Cherry Blossoms, one of my favourites. And I'm just stamping that onto the corner. And then going back in then with Shake It, I think it was I've used, I'm just doing a very light coat over that. And I kind of want to give the impression that this layer of decal is sitting slightly more behind, because when you're creating depth, you want to really be working in layers. So once that is cured, then I'm going to go in with a second decal, and I'm going to put another layer over it, which kind of fades our first decal even more so it really kind of softens things up. And then just putting in a little bit of glitter then just in the center of those flowers adds that tiny bit of sparkle just before I cure it. And then once it's cured, then we can top coat it, and as you can see, it gives such a beautiful depth to those cherry blossoms. Okay, so on to the next design, and I'm using some glitter for this one. I've gone in first with a layer of Purple Haze. As you can see, this is so beautiful. I love this shade. And I've got out some Ethereal and Forget Me Not, two of my favourite glitters. They're just so pretty. And I'm just putting a little bit of those each in the corner of a little glitter tray. So I'm just going back in again then with some base coat. And I'm literally just adding in just sort of some of the Ethereal as and where. Now, I don't want to sort of cover the full nail in Ethereal. I just kind of want to put bits sort of here and there, a good bit, but not like, completely covered. Once that's cured, I'm going to go in again then with some of the Purple Haze, and then I'm going in then with the Forget Me Not, and I'm just adding a little bit of the Forget Me Not here and there, kind of where the little spaces are, where I haven't put any Ethereal. And this just helps, especially whenever you want to keep the nail kind of that a little bit less bulky if it is a shorter nail, because sometimes when you start to layer, then, especially if you're working with a shorter nail, it can get that a little bit bulky. So you kind of want to be a bit selective with this here. Once I have placed all my glitter, put that in for a cure, and then we just go over it then with a top coat then just to encapsulate everything. And this here is a rubber base, so I'm just putting sort of a good amount on. I let it sort of soak and settle between the glitters, and then I can tip it upside down, get that little apex going, and it's pretty much perfect. You see how just the depth of that, it is so nice. And like with any glitter nail, always buff, wipe it off, and then give it another top coat just to seal. Moving on then to our third design, and this would be a really beautiful bridal nail design. I really like this, and if you like stamping, which I do, it's nice and quick and easy, then this is for you. So I'm putting 2 layers then of the Playa down, and I've cured them. I've got my stamping plate out, and this particular one is I think it's the Born pretty plate from memory. And I've just gone in kind of with this sort of like rose design, which again I'm just sort of picking up on my stamper, then using then my little sort of card swiper sort of tool. I just sort of take off any excess, and as you can see, just kind of position that and then push it down. Then this is the Moyu clear jelly stamper, or no, the Moyu crystal clear stamper, sorry. And then what I do is I just put another layer of that playa over, but what I do is I draw my brush back down just to kind of to take off some of that excess. We just kind of want to wash it out a little bit, so we just sort of drag it back off again, and then you can put the excess into your bottle. What I done here then was I had decided to go back up to the cuticle, what would be the cuticle area, and just add a little more in, and then just kind of drag it down almost like an ombre effect. Cured it, and then I decided then to do it again just to kind of make it that little bit more sort of blended, as if the roses at the tip were kind of showing through that little bit more. It takes a bit of playing, but once you get it right, it is really nice and would make such a beautiful feature nail. Once you're happy with it, you just pop it in the lamp and then top coat, and you are pretty much good to go. Okay, and then moving on then to our final nail, and with this one here I have used a mixture of both decals and glitters. This is our little purple planets. They are so cute. So again, I just sort of, you know, dab that, wait 10 seconds, and then go ahead and stamp it onto the nail. I'm obviously using the white background, and I've got out these little chameleon stars, and I just think these are so beautiful, and they are amazing matte top coated. I love them. I've also put down some base coat there and a little sprinkle of stardust in that as well too. You guys know I much prefer to use a raw glitter with base coat than a glitter polish. I just think you get a much better kick of glitter. I just think it's much more sparkly. So I have put down obviously then my little planet, and then I'm just kind of going in. I've went over then with just sort of some base coat, and I'm just kind of like putting in the little stars and a bit of a swoosh of glitter, and then going in then with some salty foam. I think I used for this one. I just keep layering it up, but I'm working in really thin layers. I'm keeping it really thin every time, curing and then adding another little bit. I added a moon here as well too, so you know, and again another layer over, which kind of makes the planet and the little star sort of sit more behind, and each time I just add a different element to the layer, and it really gives it a really cool dimensional look whenever you actually see the nail all top coated. It just looks like the planet sat behind, there's stars in the distance, and there's a bit of sort of glitter faded out there, and then there's more sort of glitter swooshes coming in. So you know, it's really just about really thin layers and just adding little bits, and even adding more to what you have actually done. For example, I added in some glitter there to where I had placed it before, just to kind of give it a 3D look. Then we just top coat it, and voila, we are good to go. That is our little selection of nails, you know, what we have created depth with. I just think it's so cool, just for the short nails, just really simple ways to create some dimension in shorter designs, because it is that little bit harder to do that with than the longer designs. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. I've had a few questions about it, so I thought I would do it. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and don't forget, leave a little like, leave me hello in the comments down below. I always love hearing from you, and I will see you all again next week. So take care. Bye.